In this video, we will solve a tricky SQL interview question. The question is, recommend pages for a person based on the pages liked by his friends. And there is a condition given, that is, don't recommend pages already liked by the person. In order to solve the question, we have to rely on two tables. The first table is friends table and the second table is likes table. I have created the exact same table in Excel. Let us examine the table and then let us solve the query. This is the friends table, which consists of two columns. The first column is user ID 1 and the second column is user ID 2. The friends table tells us who are the different friends of different user IDs. So, if I take the first record as an example, 1 and 2 user IDs are friends. And if I take the last record from the friends table, we can say that 6 and 1 user IDs are friends. So, friends table tells us who are the different friends of different user IDs. And coming to likes table, it has got two columns. The first column is user ID 1 and the second column is page ID. And this table tells us what are the different pages liked by different users. For example, user ID 1 has liked the page 88. That is, the page ID is 88. And coming to record 2, user ID 2 has liked the page which has got a page ID of 23. So this is the likes table tells us. Now let us go back to SSMS, and here is the DDL and DML to create the table in SSMS. You can create the table, it will be provided in the description. Now coming down, I have created the exact same table here. Let us query the tables, and these are the two tables which we saw in Excel. And for simplicity, we are going to find the pages or the recommended pages only for a single person. So the question is, write a SQL query to recommend pages to the user with user ID 1 using the pages that his or her friends liked. And it should not recommend the pages that are already liked by that particular person. Now we have to find the recommended pages for user 1 based on the pages which are liked by his friends. And we should not recommend any pages which is already liked by the user ID 1. So this is the question that we are going to try and solve in this video. Now let us start writing the query. The first thing here what we have to find is we have to find all the friends for the particular person. So we can split this question into actually 2-3 part. The first portion is to find all the friends of user ID 1. So let us find all the friends of user ID 1 first. So select, that is taken from the first table, that is the friends table. So we have got two columns, user ID 1 column and user ID 2 column. We can see that user ID 1 column has got the user ID 1 repeating 3 times, and if I come to user ID column 2, we can see that user ID 1 is repeating 1 time. So 2, 3, 4 user IDs are friends of user ID 1, and also 6 is a friend of user ID 1. So 2, 3, 4 and 6 users are friends of user ID 1. So we have to get that result first. So user underscore ID 1 from which table? The table is friends table. Now we have to give a where condition, where user underscore ID 2 equal 1. Now we will get the user ID 1 corresponding to user ID 2 equal to 1. That is, from the column user ID 1, we will get all the friends of user ID 1. Execute this, and now we will get the friends of user ID 1 from the user ID first column. Similarly, we have to find all the friends of user ID 1 from the second column, that is the user ID user underscore ID 2 column. For that, we will use a union clause, then copy the same query, and instead of this user underscore ID 1, we will change it to user underscore ID 2, and in the where condition we will change it to user underscore ID 1 equal to 1. Now if we execute this, we will get the records from user underscore id 2 column, that is 2 3 and 4 are friends of user id 1. Now if we combine both the queries using a union clause, we will get all the friends of user id 1. Now these are the friends of user id 1, that is 2 3 4 and 6. Now we found the friends of user id 1. Now we have to find all the pages liked by these friends. For that, let us keep this query inside a CTE. Given us, okay, now we found the friends of user id 1, and now we are going to find all pages liked by the friends. For that, we are going to use the table likes table. Select star from likes, and in the where condition, we have to specify the condition based on the first CTE. Before that, let us query the likes table one, and let us see what are the columns in the likes table. So these are the two columns which are users underscore id column and page underscore id column. Now in the where condition, we have to specify where users underscore id in, and within parentheses we have to write a select clause, and inside the select clause we have to specify the column name, that is the user id 1. And before specifying the column name, for making this more understandable, let us name these columns within the CTE ones. So as friends, here also we'll name the column as friends. Okay, now we can use this column name inside the parenthesis within the where clause friends, and this is taken from T1. So we have the where condition. Now execute this query starting from the CTE. Start from here and execute this. We will get all the pages liked by his friends. Yeah. Now we have all the user IDs and pages liked by the friends of user ID 1. And we don't want both the columns. We only want page ID column. So page underscore ID, and also we will put a distinct clause because the page IDs are repeating. Execute this once again. Let us see what is the result. Execute this, and we have page IDs 23, 24, 33, 56, 77 and 88. But in the question it's given that do not recommend a page which is already liked by that particular person. So if we inspect the likes table once, we can see that page 88 was already liked by user ID 1. So do not recommend that page once again to the particular user. So we don't want that result or that page ID in the output. So we have to remove that. Now for that, we will use a left join. So before writing a left join, let us put this inside a CTE. It is for making the query more understandable. Otherwise, we can write it here only, but let us put this inside a CTE. So it is more easy for understanding. T to us, and putting this entire query inside a parenthesis and select from T2, and now we will use a left join. Left join. We are going to left join the likes table and likes table. So sorry, before left joining the right table, we don't want to directly join the likes table. We will select the page ID belonging to the user ID 1. That is select page underscore ID, and before this we will use a distinct clause also, distinct page ID from likes, and we will use a where clause where users underscore ID equal to 1. And now we have a subquery for the left join, and put this inside a parenthesis and give an alias name which is A. And now we are going to write the join condition, that is T2, and before that on T2 dot page ID equal A dot page ID, and inside the select query we will specify T2 dot page ID comma A dot page ID. Now if we execute this, let us see what we are getting. We will get both page id columns from the likes table and the first CTE, that is the T to CTE. Now we have the page IDs from the CTE as well as the likes table. Now we want to write one more condition, that is write a condition where a dot page id equal null. That time this record will be deleted from the result. So what we can do here is where a dot page underscore id is null. Now execute this and we will get the pages recommended for user ID 1 and which are not liked by user ID 1. Execute this and now we have page ID which are not liked by user ID 1 and which are liked by his friends. And these are the recommended pages for that particular person. Also, we don't want this null page ID column in the result, so we can remove that as well. We have commented out that second page ID column and now we don't have that in the result. Execute this once again and we will get only one column with the page IDs recommended for person with user ID 1. So these are the page ID which are recommended for the person. Thanks for watching the video. Hope this video was helpful, and if you like the video, subscribe our channel. Thank you.